I am embarrassed. I feel ashamed.
A diminished and contrite Senator Al Franken returning to work at the Capitol Monday. More than 10 days after allegations surfaced, he forcibly kissed and groped a woman.
I know there are no magic words that I can say to regain your trust.
Franken insisting he won't resign amid an ethics committee investigation.
What kind of behavior demands a resignation?
I'm not going to get into that or speculate.
With 3 more women coming forward to say he grabbed them inappropriately in photos, Franken not ruling out more accusations.
If you had, asked me 2 weeks ago, would any woman come forward with an allegation like this, I would have said no. And so I cannot speculate.
Franken isn't the only Democrat grappling with sexual harassment allegations. 88-year-old John Conyers, the longest-serving member of the House, stepping down from a powerful post on the House Judiciary Committee after reports he harassed 2 women in his office, including one who reportedly settled for nearly $30,000, paid for by taxpayers. He says he did nothing wrong. Attorney Lisa Bloom represents one of the women who says Conyers harassed her.
He has said that he's entitled to due process, and he is. And the accuser is also entitled to speak out, to share her story.
And tonight, questions about whether Congress will make any real changes to hold itself accountable.
The House does plan to vote Wednesday to require sexual harassment training in all offices. It's not mandatory right now, and they plan to hold a hearing next week to take a look at that secretive process that can discourage some congressional staff from coming forward to report harassment.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.